Then I went again.
Well, he said that,
spiritual dimension.
How precious and how important the role is. If you have a family.
Everyone else was astonished.
Before their wedding in 1957, Rabbi Meshulam Weiss and his wife Eileen had an audience with the Rebbe. At that time, the Rebbe told Mrs. Weiss that she would have many children.
There's an amazing P.S. to this bracha that the Rebbe gave my wife. I'll tell you right now. We came back to Miami Beach, and we were there about 6 months. And my 18-year-old Beis Yaakov wife started to become very concerned that she hadn't become pregnant in those 6 months. So she tells me one day, she says, I want to be examined by a doctor, by a gynecologist. So we asked around, and they gave us the name of one of the leading gynecologists in Miami. And my wife went in for an examination. And after examination, we're sitting in his office. And he looks at us and he says, well, I have very disturbing news to give you. He says to my wife, you have a condition that's called an infantile womb, which basically means that your womb never developed. And therefore, it is physically impossible for you to become pregnant, and you're going to be sterile for the rest of your life. So get used to it. My wife went out of there. She was absolutely devastated. So I said to my wife, well, this guy's not the only doctor in town. Let's get a second opinion. So I asked around. I got the name of another gynecologist. And we went to visit him. And at the end of the examination, he said the exact same thing. He said to my wife, it's true, you have an infantile womb. He said, but there's nothing that could be done about it. And that was it. We went home. I called up New York, spoke to Rebbe Groner, told him what the doctor said to report it to the Rebbe, and didn't get any answer, just asked for a bracha. And a month later, my wife became pregnant with our oldest son, Mordechai. The second gynecologist that we went to, he delivered my wife. In fact, he delivered all of our, I don't know if you know, we have 15 children, Kanai Nahara. He delivered all of our 15 children. So my wife at that time was 18 years old. Now we have to move the clock ahead, speed it up, and we get to where my wife is in her 40s. That point in her life when, they have the changes, what they call a change of life. And she needed to be examined by a doctor. So she went to our primary doctor. And he suggested, and he gave her the name of, made an appointment for her to see a gynecologist. After examination, he says to my wife, you must be very disappointed, aren't you? And my wife says, disappointed? Why? He says, well, aren't you an Orthodox Jewish woman? And my wife says, yes. He says, well, I know among the Orthodox Jews, it's very important to them to have children. And I can see by examining you that you have an infantile womb, which tells me that you never had any children. It must be very disappointing in you to be married all these years and not to have had any kids. So my wife didn't say anything to the guy. She said, okay. She went home. I was waiting outside. And she comes out, and she's laughing. I said, what's going on? She tells me, we had a good laugh. So how do you explain that? The answer is very simple. The Rebbe gave you a bracha 2 days before your chasana, that the Rebbe is going to bless you with many children. So that's why you have your children, because of the Rebbe's bracha.